Hello and welcome to another Xterra video where I work on my truck. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. And actually I'm gonna be working on this car. I'm gonna be installing a dash camera with a rear view camera. This car doesn't have a dash camera and I want to install it, so I'm gonna try to do another video installation. And to install the camera over here, I got this brand new model by VIOFO. I believe that's the name. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. But this is a 2K rear view camera and a front view camera. There is not a lot of 2K rear view cameras. Maybe like a couple that I know of. Most of the review cameras are 1080p and the front maybe 2K or 4K, but this one is a new model with a 5 GB network connection. It has a front and back both 2K view cameras. In my opinion, there is not much difference between 4K and 2K, but there is a huge difference between 1080p and 2K. So in that case, the review image will be much clearer and better. So now I'm gonna open it up. We're gonna see what's inside and I'm gonna try to do a quick and simple installation. Now for this camera I also got a wiring harness so we can tie into the fuse so we can get access to all the features of the camera. If you just use a cigarette lighter port, it's gonna work, but when the car shuts off, it's gonna shut off the camera as well, and you're not gonna get the parking mode, which has 3 parking modes. We're gonna talk about it later. And I also got tap-in fuses. So we're gonna use all of that. So let's open this up and let's see what's inside. All right, very excited. So here's the camera itself. Now right out the bat, there is a positive side and a negative side about this camera, and I just want to give my honest opinion about it. So the only downside for my personal use and why I'm not installing it in my truck, because in the back I have a lot of stuff and I cannot view through the rear view mirror, so I have to rely on my backup camera, which I have a bigger screen. But in this case, this car has a good rear view mirror and there is no obstructions in the back, so that's not really important for this car. So this is gonna be pretty good over here. So far I think that's maybe the only downside of this camera, that it has a very small screen, but if it's right in front of you over there, that should be more than enough. All right, so over here we have a manual, and over here it says read before installation, so I guess that's something important in there. And over here we have additional M3 tapes. We have USB to USB-C cable, and right here we have a backup camera itself. It uses a coax cable, so it's slightly different from everything else. And this camera is adjustable. As you can install it, you can move it up and down. So this is our coax cable for the backup camera. It's just one cable, you run it, connect it, and that's it. And right here we have our cigarette lighter cable, but we're more likely not going to be using this. And it also comes with one plastic pry tool. That should come handy. Once we install the camera, we're going to talk about all the features later. Now I'm just gonna try to install it, and like I said, I'm gonna use this wiring harness, which is very easy to use. One cable we're gonna run to the camera, and these 3 cables, the black cable is gonna go to the ground anywhere on a frame, anywhere to get the negative. This cable we can run to either to the battery or tap into the fuse to always active fuse, and this yellow cable we gotta tap into the fuse that it's only powered up when the car is running. That way we can get access to all the features of the camera. It has 4 different modes. Mode number 1, when you shut off the car, it kills the camera, it does not record. Mode number 2, it records the video when it senses a motion, so it records up to 45 seconds of that motion. The third option is when it records in a time lapse continuously. It records a time lapse, either 1, 2, 3, 5 or 10 frames per second, and it records without any audio. And the fourth option, it records at very low bitrate video. So there you go. That's a really handy feature to have. So first I'm gonna run all my wiring. I'm gonna run the wire between the camera and the rear view camera, and this cable is actually pretty long. It's about 20 feet long. Then I'm gonna run my power cable, and then we're gonna install the camera itself. I'm gonna try to show all the connections once it's all done, but that should be easy. And it all depends on each vehicle. Each vehicle is different, but this is gonna give you a general idea how to do it. So now I'm gonna wire it all up, and then we're gonna play with all the features and functions of this camera, A229 Duo model. I'm excited to see how this camera will look, and I'm actually gonna compare the video footage of this camera with my camera of my truck, so we can see what's the difference of our 1080p and 2K. Does it show difference or not? So to run the wire from the front, all you do is just take off the sides. All of them are pretty much the same. It's easy, just pop them out and run the wire over here. and over here, then just get it to the back. So I got the wire in the back, I got it through here, I pulled this to the side, and I got my wire over here. So now I can just push it inside there, and that's it, my wire is in the back. In the end, I'm just gonna go back and put zip ties to keep the wire in place, and this is done. So we got our wire over here. Now we're gonna install the camera, and to install it's very simple. Just push it in here until you hear a click. There you go. Now I have left slack of the wire over here, so when this is opened, it's just gonna go up like this, and I believe this should be fine. So now all I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna remove this protective film from the camera. Gonna look where it's gonna be. We can always adjust this later. Now I'm gonna peel off this M3 tape, and I previously cleaned this. So now simply somewhere over here in the middle, and hopefully straight, I'm just gonna place this camera over here in the glass, and that's it. And the rear view camera is in place. Hopefully I put it straight. So now I'm gonna close the trunk, and as you can see, the cable is in there. It's slightly in the way maybe, but it's not really. And I don't think the cable is gonna be in the way. Maybe later I'm gonna come up with a better solution, but for now I think it's pretty good. So based on your car make and model, you have to make sure that you connect to the appropriate fuses. So I connected the yellow cable to my radio, and I connected the positive cable, the one that's always on, to the sunroof, because that fuse is always on. So that's where I connected. And the ground cable, I simply tie it to that bolt. So now we're just gonna organize the cables over here, and this is all done. Alright, and the front camera is installed as well. I simply run the wire and tucked underneath in there, and just with a sticky put it in there, and that's it. I already downloaded the software on it, but I'm gonna show you again how it works, and we're gonna set it up. It's very easy. You just follow along the instruction on the screen, and that's it. Right, so you just go to your Play Store, wherever you have a Google Play or Apple Store, and you download this app, and then we can connect to the camera to access all the features and options of the camera. So press connect. Now it requires you to enable the Wi-Fi. It's recommended to disable the Wi-Fi when you're not doing any settings on it. When you're all done, just get out from the Wi-Fi. But in order for us to program, we have to press and hold it for a few seconds. And on the screen it's gonna tell you the Wi-Fi password, the Wi-Fi connection credentials, the password and the name. If the screen times out, you just press Wi-Fi again, and it's gonna show you. As of right now, I have a very simple password, 1 through 8, but you can change it later. So now that we are connected, now we're inside the camera, so we have a visual of the back and on the front. Now in order to do the changes on the camera, you have to stop recording first. Then we go to the options, and over here we have all different options, how to set it up, what options you want to use, which resolution, how long you want the loop to play, how big of the files. I choose 5 minutes. I choose to record the audio. For the front and the back, of course, I choose the highest settings as possible. I enable this feature as well, the WDR. It's for a better visual at night. We're gonna compare that. I drove with this at night, so we're gonna compare this camera to my camera truck, and all the features over here. Of course, it has a 5 GHz network, so that's pretty fast. We're gonna switch to that, and then you just edit your time zone and all the features that you wanna change it. Just play with it, and it's very easy to do. Over here we can change the password. It tells us how much of the memory we have left. And the reason why it's making that noise right now, because it's not recording, so it's letting you know that it's not recording. So when you drive out, you want it to be recording. Now over here we can switch the camera. We can see the front view, the back view, the back and the front, just the front, or the back. And if we go over here, that's where all the files are getting stored, all the recordings, which we can access very easy and very fast. I already played with this before, so let's select this file to view, and it's already playing. It's It was actually pretty fast actually. Download, and over here it's downloading very fast. I think it's very fast. So now we have this file saved on our phone, but we also can get the flash card out, transfer it to computer, or there is a port on the side. There's multiple options to get these files from the device to the computer or somewhere else that you want. Now we're gonna press record again.
Recording, 2 channels started.
And it's let you know that it's recording. So now I'm gonna turn off the phone and I'm gonna drive for a little bit. We're gonna see what kind of video quality it's during the daytime. Gonna turn off the Wi-Fi. Alright guys, and the camera is successfully installed and it's working. And now I'm just running the test, driving at night and during the daytime. Gonna go back to the computer, get the video from my truck, from this car, and compare two rear cameras. What is the video quality like? How the big of the improvement is there? And after that I'm gonna record my conclusion. But I'm pretty sure the one in the back of this car is much better quality than in my truck. This one doesn't need the dash camera, like a reverse mirror camera, because it has a mirror and the back is not obstructed by anything. So that's why this camera was chosen to be installed here, to have a better quality in the front and in the back. Where in my case I need to have that artificial mirror to see what's behind me, because I have stuff in the back, so I have to rely on that camera. I wish my rear camera was a 2K as well, but it's not. It's only 1080p. But we're gonna see what the difference is in a minute. So now I'm parked behind a truck just to simulate the license plate, how well it's gonna read the license plate from the rear, and I'm gonna compare it to some of my camera footages from my truck to see if there is any difference with its numbers, is it clearer or not. Alright, the camera installation is done. As you can see, I don't have that car with me anymore. I had to give it back. But I test drove it at night and during the day. And I got all the video from my truck and from that truck. And I look at it on a computer when I was editing. And like I was thinking, the 4K and 2K are pretty much the same. But the 1080p and 2K, there is a big difference. The 2K review camera is much better video quality than my 1080p. Now I wish that maybe somehow I can upgrade my reverse camera, just get maybe a camera by itself and put it in there and tie it into my system, but that's a totally different story. So yeah, there is a big difference between those two cameras. This system the quality is much better. It's not that pixelated as you look further back. The picture quality still remains pretty sharp, and the license plates you can make out better. And as you can see, and as you saw, the installation is very easy. You just run a couple of wires, tie in into a couple of fuses. Just have to make sure you tie in into the right fuses, but just checking with your car which one is in the active fuse and which one is only when the car is running. And the other feature that I really liked on that camera, I don't have that on my system. that you can view, control, operate the system through your phone, and you can download all the videos and pictures from the dash camera on your phone right away. With a 5G speed, it's super fast. Of course, you can take the SD card out and move it to your computer, copy all the files like that, but if you need a file right away, you have access to it, no problem. Download it to your phone and you have it. So I'm very happy with the installation, how it came out, and the video quality of that camera. It seems to be pretty good. So as always, I'm gonna leave all the links in the description in case you guys were wondering what it is, and you can check it out for yourself. And on this note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you might find it helpful, and as always, until next time, everybody, bye.